We are back on MorningLine, our final segment this morning with Dr. Calvin Smith. Good to have him on. And we've got another phone call with you, sir, as we've got the few remaining moments here. But we can take a few more calls if you want to join us. Cynthia, good morning. Hi, Cynthia. What's on your mind?
Yes, I was.
Cynthia, just turn down the TV and just talk to us on the phone.
Did.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
Okay.
I knew I had to do that. Well, I'm recovering. I had my shots in April, both of my shots from COVID. But then I caught COVID December the 20th. And I had taken my boost shots, so my doctor said I had to wait 2 weeks to take the booster.
Okay.
But between then, somewhere, my throat and ears got infected. So I went back to the emergency room December the 20th. And I was in critical care.
Oh, no.
And I was in there for like 4 days or more. And so then they put me on the floor. I didn't get to see nobody in my family for 9 days.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
I'm at home. But I went to my doctor on the 3rd day for a checkup. So now I got my ear, throat, and head. It hurt so bad, so he put me on some antibiotics that I've been taking.
Does that help?
So I get nausea at my stomach, and I have some medicine for the nausea. But basically, what I can keep down and eat that feels to my throat is like some Cheerios or cornflakes, something cool. And I have to watch my food intake, and I just kind of drink the water and juice.
Does that sound, doctor, and water and juice? I have friends that are in your same boat that eat popsicles, but does it sound to you like what she's suffering there from could be the long haul effects, or maybe it's something else with the colds that are going around, or even the flu right now? Uh-oh. Did you turn your mic down? Can you hear his audio?
Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, doctor.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, good. I said it seems in keeping with the long haul symptoms, and so my heart goes out to her. Again, she did everything that we've asked of her to do, and is going through this process. The long haul symptoms seem to be a little bit different for Omicron than they were for the Delta. And for the previous iterations of COVID, but that seems to be in keeping with it, and everybody's immune system varies a little bit in terms of how they deal with it. I think from what I've been seeing with Omicron, most people's, even their long haul symptoms have been a little bit less severe, especially if you've been vaccinated. So that's a good thing. But I just hate that, again, this could have been preventable a long time ago, and I hate that she's having to go through that.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we get to our last call, do you think it's possible there are individuals out there, for whatever reason, their body chemistry are just naturally immune to COVID? Meaning, like you could, meaning that you could inject them with the virus and they still wouldn't get it. I mean, I'm saying something as extreme as that. Do you believe there could be individuals out there that are literally immune for whatever reason? Yeah,
absolutely. I think, that's in keeping with just human genetics and the way that human beings work. There are people that are technically, by all rights, immune to HIV.
Yeah.
There are people that are immune to just about everything out there. So, yeah, there are probably some people that are. There's some pretty robust evidence out there that even certain illegal drugs that are illegal here in Tennessee but not elsewhere have been shown to kind of protect a little bit. From COVID. I don't know how strong, you never know with that particular science because of how it's regulated. But
I know what you're referring to. I have a friend in California whose wife does not smoke marijuana. He is a regular smoker, but not, irresponsibly, I suppose. It's legal there. And she got it, and he was near her, and she got better and fine, but he never got it. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that had some prophylactic effect. They were also both vaccinated, but I've heard some reports looking at marijuana or hemp possibly as being a potential help.
Hey, Nick, I want to correct myself real quick on something I said.
Yeah.
So in terms of that argument, it looks like we can kind of come to a consensus that it looks like 10 days is actually enough time after, and this is from some pretty solid evidence that I looked up during the commercial break.
Oh.
So I want to, you know, again, to my main point, I want to be as accurate and factual as I can possibly be. So you can, about 10 days after your symptoms go away, you can get the booster shot.
Okay, so Cynthia, if you've heard that, and others of you may be the same way, you were sick, you recovered, how long till after you've recovered? And now with some of the latest, and I appreciate you saying that. We were talking that it may have taken longer, but now the consensus appears to be 10 days afterwards, you should be okay getting the booster. And I appreciate you doing that, doctor. Let's just get one more quick call in. Ricky, go ahead, Ricky.
Hello.
Hey, Ricky, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I believe it needs to make it mandatory for everybody to get shots.
Well, we've talked about that. And again, passing a law or requiring someone to put anything into their body, you know, is a civil liberty issue. You just wish you wouldn't need something like that. But what do you think of the idea of mandating shots? Some employers can try to do that, but depending on where you live, that's illegal. I don't like forcing anyone to put something into their body they don't want to. Now, you may be a fool for not doing it, but I don't want to force you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a really controversial take on this, and I'm gonna say this: I'm a patriot. I say that honestly, really and truly. Like, I come from a family of military vets, people who are appreciative and great for the contributions of the United States of America, the greatest place in the world to live. One of the downfalls to the way that we live in terms of our freedoms is that a lot of times we put freedom ahead of what makes sense. And I say that to say that everybody's free to do what they want to do in the United States for the most. I mean, as compared to a lot of other countries in the world, we have freedoms that exceed everyone else. And only in the United States can we live this way. And it's a great thing. But, in times like this, we really should consider what the equation is in terms of, like, okay, I'm free to do whatever, but this is what makes the most sense.
Yep.
And it is not about keeping you from your freedoms, and it's not about telling you have to do something. I think the biggest mistake that we have made in dealing with COVID has been telling people you have to do this, you have to do that. Americans are notoriously rebellious, and this is one of our strengths. I don't want to, again, I love being an American. It's one of our strengths, but it also, at this point, is also one of our weaknesses. And you have to think about things in terms of, if you want to get better, you have to analyze what your weaknesses are and work on them. You
got to do the right thing. Listen, that's a good note to end on. Dr. Smith, it's good seeing you. You and I will talk on the phone sometime here soon, but appreciate you coming on this morning. It's always great seeing you.
Always a pleasure, Nick. Anytime you can ask.
Thank you again for all the great information. We'll talk again soon. We'll take a programming note break. Be back right after this. Stay with us.